This is WHAS, the radio telephone broadcasting station of the Courier Journal and the Louisville Times in Louisville, Kentucky.
A big community milestone today. WHAS Radio is celebrating 100 years. 840 WHAS Radio first went on the air July 18th, 1922 as the first licensed broadcaster in Kentucky.
And it is, of course, why we have our call letters for WHAS television. We came along later in 1950. WHAS was owned by the Bingham family of the Courier Journal. In fact, you heard Mr. Bingham there putting WHAS Radio on the air in that clip.
Well, we were in the same building for nearly 50 years, and we continue to partner every single year for the WHAS Crusade for Children.
Well, he doesn't look or act like he's 100 years old, but Terry Miners is a WHAS mainstay and our great friend who's joining us on the air from his studio at WHAS Radio now. And Terry, one historic moment you and I got to witness, 1989, Hurricane Hugo hits Charleston, South Carolina. Everyone down there switched on their battery-powered radios listening to Milton Metz in your studio, giving them critical information down there. Did he even take calls from them in South Carolina?
He did. There were people all over that whole area who had no power because of Hurricane Hugo, and so this radio station became the voice of the whole area, and they were letting people know they could find this here and then find out information about what was happening in terms of first responders and what their situation was. It's amazing.
That was amazing. He even stayed on past midnight to help him out.
Wow, what a special connection.
The days before the internet.
Hard to imagine for me, Doug, truly. Okay, well, Terry, right along those same lines, the 1937 flood, the radio station played a really critical part saving lives right here in Louisville. Tell us about that.
Well, it was amazing. The Courier Journal had contacts with other people, so they got some Philadelphia radio stations, I think some stations in Dallas to give us their equipment because ours, as usual, you guys know how this works, ours was in the basement and got flooded. So they needed some extra help. And so guys like Foster Brooks, the famous comedian, it would go on to become the famous comedian, was one of the reporters we had out there walking through the muck down on Main Street. And they were astounding because they broadcast for days and days, and this radio station again became the lifeline for so many people who would just listen and hear the emergency calls. We need a boat at this house, we have this problem, that sort of thing. So it's nice that this radio station and this TV station have been here to help people through tough times.
It is great as you celebrate 100 years. I expected to see balloons around there, Terry, but I know near and dear to your hearts the WHAS Crusade for Children. Of course, WHAS Radio is such a big partner with us in that.
It is important every year. I mean, you know, we do all kinds of different things, reporting and nonsense, but, you know, we have a lot of fun on here, a lot of laughs. But when it comes to the Crusade for Children, that's all serious business. That is our family get-together every year, and it changes people's lives. It upgrades families in ways we can't even imagine. And we're so proud that the WHAS family put that together back in the early 50s. And here we are, $200 million stronger, all going to agencies everywhere. That's what makes WHAS, that's our cradle of our mission statement as the Crusade.
Well, Terry, I love working with you at the Crusade. You are just the best. I got to ask you, what is your favorite memory, if you have to pick one at your time working for the radio?
Probably when Rachel Platt mocked me for 12 days in a row when I fainted in a Blue Angels jet. You know, I flew with the Thunderbirds. They give you a G-suit so you can be like this and a macho man and not faint. But when they put you in a Blue Angels jet, you don't get a G-suit, so all the blood comes out of your head. And then my head, Rachel showed it on TV 4,000 times.
Yeah,
Let's watch Terry faint again. Boom, boom, boom. It's like, please.
My favorite memory is still to this day, I tell you this all the time, Terry, is walking around the corner when you all were still in our building and you and Tony Cruz literally wrestling in the hallway on the floor, a full-blown knockout wrestling match. That was our dailiest, 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Just another day.
He can't whip me to this day, Tony Cruz. I'm still the toughest old man in this building. Ah! You want some of this, Proffitt?
Aw, Terry, we adore you. Congratulations. Thanks for coming on at 5.
And happy birthday, Terry. It's a great milestone.